Y bueno, soy tranquilo y estamos en The Council. Vamos a ver si nos encontramos con Mami. Le salvamos la vida, o ella nos la salva a nosotros porque es tope de chunga. Y nada, estoy intentando controlar el tema esto porque se me vuelve todo loco. Vale, ya está. Muchas gracias, Twitch, por ser tan amable y tan delicado conmigo. Por tratarme como la bella flor que soy. Nos vamos a poner los casquitos por el tema de escuchar las cosas. No sé, como novedad, gameplay, ¿no? Innovando, como siempre. Continuar, le vamos a dar a continuar. Si queréis ver la primera parte del juego, es un juego como por fascículos.
How many times must I tell you? You must never put your life on the line for me.
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
We are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine.
All I can tell you is I'm looking for my sister.
Do you believe your mother capable of torturing a child?
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother.
Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs, and Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. You'll find that Lord Mortimer is not what one would call conventional, Monsieur de Richet.
I do apologize for being late. I was obliged to clear up some urgent business.
Vale, manuscritos que equipar. Psicología, persuasión, protocolo. Estás leyendo este. Lógica. Nada. Vamos a tirar por ahí. Vamos a ver qué sale. Espérate que ahora no me acuerdo de los controles. Prometí por Twitter que iba a hacer directo hoy. He hecho una mierda, pero pues vamos. Va a ser un videojuego tranquilito.
At last we meet, Monsieur de Richet. Do you mind if I call you Louis?
Please do.
Thank you. I wish to apologize wholeheartedly, Louis. I made you cross the seas, and I wasn't even here to welcome you. When I asked you to join us here, it was, of course, in the hope that you would help us find your mother. However, there may be some new developments, but I don't know if they are linked to your mother. We have found Elizabeth Adams' body in her room. I'm afraid she was brutally murdered. Stabbed several times.
Me la apuñalaron en varias ocasiones. Vamos a ir por aquí. Vamos a omitir lo de que estuvimos con ella.
Who could have done it?
That is precisely what I would like you to help us determine, Louis. Duchess Hillsborough informed us that she accompanied you at the beginning of the evening.
Bastante.
You apparently bumped into Miss Adams, who wanted to speak to you. We are told you turned her away, and she went away on her own.
That's correct.
Do you know what she wanted to see you about, by any chance?
Parecía confundida, por desgracia, ¿no? Parecía confundida.
She seemed upset about something. I thought she was under the influence of alcohol, but we didn't really speak.
Pity. The poor child was probably trying to find help.
I thought it could wait until tomorrow.
Apparently not. Louis, I shan't hide the fact that this tragedy puts me in a very delicate situation. I cannot risk upsetting the smooth operation of our next conference. But the case cannot remain unaddressed.
I understand. What do you intend to do?
I must reassure my guests, and justice will be done. And for that to happen, I must ask for your help.
Why is that?
You met Elizabeth. You spoke together, I believe. She trusted you. Listen, Louis. Find out who could have committed this murder. I refuse to believe that one of my guests is the murderer. I want to know who is responsible for this. And I trust you. You have my backing. You must stop at nothing. Can I count on you?
Of course. How would you like me to proceed?
Maybe you could start by going to the scene of the crime. Elizabeth was attacked in her room.
Entonces.
Can you tell me anything else about what happened?
Now, Louis, I wouldn't want to influence you. Get over there and form your own opinion.
Okay.
Right. I'll get over there immediately.
Thank you, Louis. Now, once you've finished, come back and let me know your findings. I'll be waiting. And Louis, you've got permission to search through the guests' rooms. They've all been notified and they
La
agree.
saqueada. La saqueada. Por cierto, ¿dónde coño estamos? Aquí está este. La saqueada. Llave con el símbolo del agua, lol.
Dante's Purgatory. Why does your mind presume to flight when you're still like the imperfect grub, the worm before it's attained its final form? Charming.
A ver. ¿Esto qué?
Which four-letter word could open this
Código 4
chest?
letras. Pen. Sir dorado, es lo que me sale a mí de... A ver...
A Byzant from the Byzantine Empire. A coin often used during the St. Louis era.
Pues nos lo quedamos locos. Ah, la saca. A ver, vamos a hablar con el cureta, que nos llevamos bien con él. Aparentemente, aunque no es muy de fiar. Nadie es de fiar en realidad en este juego.
Your Eminence, I imagine that you've heard the news about Miss Adams.
What a tragedy, my son. How could such a thing have happened?
That's exactly what I'm trying to find out. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary last night?
I saw the young French soldier, Bonaparte, I believe, hanging around near Miss Adams' room. But I would not want to get an innocent man into trouble, Louis. It's probably nothing. But if I were you, my son, I would talk to Monsieur Perry. Remember how violently he set upon Miss Adams.
Oh, don't worry. He's on the list of suspects.
Del primero, además. Pues mira, vamos a tirarnos, morir. A ver, por aquí. Vámonos por aquí. Investigación. Tin. La música. Uy, la música, por favor. Voy a bajarlo un poquito, ¿vale? Controles no. Haces. Hala. Hay que bajarlo un poquito, porque si no me toca a mí estar pegando gritos y no tengo la voz para esas cosas. Esto no es la habitación de nadie. Vamos a entrar aquí. Tampoco me deja. Oye, que suponía que lo sabían los invitados y no sé qué más. Yo por aquí ya robé muy fuerte. Que por cierto encontramos un bug bastante fresco y que no nos dejó avanzar. Y haciendo cosas random conseguimos pasar un cruce.
Good day, Monsieur de Richet.
Mr. Volner, are you looking for anything in particular? Next to Elizabeth's room?
Oh.
No, nothing special.
Le han pegado un toquedito gráfico al juego, me parece. A ver.
Has anyone told you that Elizabeth was killed last night?
Yes. Rumors spread quickly.
Huh. He looks very put out.
It's horrible. How did it happen?
I can say nothing to you, sir. You'd better follow your host's instructions and stay in your quarters.
I shall leave you now, sir. I will return to my room.
Parece afectado. Bueno, este podría ser uno de los que no se le han cargado. Estamos aquí. Aquí ya entramos en el primer episodio. Pero es como que ya se detiene el juego un poco más en el aspecto. Y tenemos aquí a la pobre chica muerta. Cosa que en el primer episodio estaba la habitación toda reventada, pero no estaba el cuerpo. Así que vamos a ver. Hostia, que susto me ha dado los gilipollas. A ver esto.
My dear Elizabeth, I'm writing to inform you of some unfortunate
Estas
news.
cartas ya las leímos. A ver. ¿Tendrá ¿es la del agua?
A chest with a half circle pattern.
No, no es. No tengo la llave indicada. A ver, vamos a mirar por aquí. Nos puede indicar la hora.
Clock stopped at 3:54. If it was smashed during the murder, then I've just established the time of the crime.
Es un clásico en las
That would
películas
clear Emily de facto because she was still with me at the time.
Si es la hora correcta, la chica esta pues no se la ha cargado. ¿Esto qué es?
Vials of laudanum.
No sé lo que
Large
es.
quantities could knock out a bull. Could Elizabeth have been drugged? If the body wounds are anything to go by, then clearly not. She put up a fierce fight. The label shows that this laudanum comes straight from America. I wonder if Washington's involved.
Vaya picarón estás hecho. Tía, en la pared, no sé por qué hilar. Vale, hay movidas.
A pentagram? What the hell's been going on here?
A ver.
Many esoteric rituals are based on this shape. Could Elizabeth have been sacrificed during an occult ritual?
Y muere fuera del círculo, qué raro, ¿no?
I wonder if Elizabeth's death has anything at all to do with this pentagram. If a ritual went wrong and degenerated, Elizabeth would probably have been killed in the center of the pentagram, not 3 meters from here. That's strange.
Lo que acabo de decir no es por nada. Esto lo leímos.
A notebook, written in Elizabeth's handwriting. It is written in a mix of several languages. Not too easy to work out.
Puta mierda, que eso no lo tenemos.
June 11th, 1791.
Estas cartas no... Son las cartas de la hermana, de que la quiere visitar, que no sé qué, que después no puede. Eso lo leímos. Esto es una cacharra.
A pistol? Fairly new, I'd say. And judging by the weight of it, fairly light.
Entonces, ¿está hueca?
It's extremely well maintained. The barrel is perfectly clean.
Es que no se ha
It isn't
gastado.
loaded, and well, there's no traces of gunshot residue.
Joder,
I'd conclude that it hasn't been used recently.
Okay.
There's a few dried traces of blood on the grip. Difficult to know for sure how they got there. A tribute engraved on the barrel. To the liberators of France.
What? Los libertadores de Francia.
I shall have to find its owner.
Pero no le dispararon, le pegaron con el mango, a rollo de como si fuera la típica cachiporra.
30 November.
Esto es lo de la hermana de los huevos. Aquí no hay nada.
A piece of fabric. High quality at that.
Cógelo.
I'd say it's silk.
Cógelo.
Going by the texture and the gray hue, it must come from a dress, that kind that women of quality wear. The color doesn't correspond to Emily's black outfits, and Elizabeth doesn't have anything quite like this in her wardrobe. Let's take a closer look. It's a little dirty. It must come from the bottom of the dress where it touches the ground. I recognize that moire pattern. It's the same as the travel dress my mother was wearing when she left. But why the hell did she come into this room?
No es por nada, pero me estoy adelantando que te cagas al juego, Os lo juro que no he jugado. Hay unas manzanitas buenas. A ver, vamos ya. A ver, ¿eso qué es? ¿Esto qué es?
Huh. The talisman that I gave back to Elizabeth. I can't exactly say it brought her good luck.
¡Ja! Es gracioso porque está muerta. Vale. Esto ya está. ¿Este capullo me va a decir algo interesante? ¿O me va a hacer de mercado?
Has Sir finished with this room?
No, te mato.
No, I haven't gone over everything yet.
Sir may take his time. When Sir would like to leave, Sir has only to tell me.
Solamente podemos entrar una vez. No me jodas. Esto. Yo quiero hacerme... examinar el cuchillo.
The handprint on the handle is really small. I can't imagine a man with a hand that size. It must be from a woman's hand.
Está todo apuntando a mami. A ver.
The blade is short and thin. Well sharpened, apparently. It's covered in blood. Still fresh. The lower part of the handle is unsullied by blood. The murderer gripped the weapon so tight that there's no blood where he held it. The handprint indicates a small and slender hand.
La mano es de mujer. Es la mano de mamá. Joder.
Poor girl bled to death. Whoever left that footprint has boats for feet. That's at least a size 15. Where's a size like that here? Peru? Washington, maybe.
Pero las manos, loco. Manos de mujer y pies de gigante, ¿qué cojones?
Blood spatter indicates that the murderer must have held Elizabeth upright during the attack. Even if Elizabeth wasn't very big, I doubt she wouldn't have put up a struggle. It takes tremendous strength to overpower someone like that.
¿Y si no era solamente una persona? Puede ser que no sea solamente...
Knocked over a bottle of wine.
¡Olela! El chupito.
What kind of plonk is that? Hey, it's a Bordeaux. That's a Chateau de Briand. It's a great wine. I don't know what's happened to this wine, but it's undrinkable.
A ver. Qué bueno estatus. Ojitos de fiestera de Valencia tiene. De domingo por la mañana. Vamos a examinar las piernas
Blood,
primero.
but no trace of blows on the legs.
Cuidado.
Let's see. No trace of sexual assault or rape.
Vale.
The direction of the blood streaks caused by the wounds to the thorax show that she was standing when she lost blood. This proves that she was standing when she was assassinated. Possibly held by someone.
Era más de uno. Puede ser mamá con otro.
More tattoos, similar to those on the rest of her body.
Volver al cuerpo. Piernas. Vamos a mirar las extremidades primero.
Numerous marks on the body. She must have fought like a lion. It couldn't have happened without a lot of noise. There are also a number of old scars.
De suicidio.
People who scar themselves in this way generally do so to relieve some kind of psychological suffering. By trying to master the pain, they establish their self-control. Scars are superficial and were made several years ago. She wasn't trying to take her own life.
Volver al cuerpo. Vamos a examinar las manos.
No wounds, but blood on the right hand. Nothing on the left except that tattooed symbol.
¿Y eso qué?
No marks or bruising around the wrists. It doesn't look like she was tied up or held by force.
Vale. Volver al cuerpo. Ahora sí que podemos ir al torso.
I count no fewer than 9 wounds on the thorax, with a lot of blood. On first sight, I'd say that's what caused her death.
A ver los tattoos, si nos dicen algo.
Some of these tattoos are veritable works of... What's that? The skin between her breasts is different. Bloody hell! This tattoo was drawn on a page of leather and stitched onto her skin. Probably during childhood. If the scars are anything to go by. It's the same kind of tattoo as on the rest of her body.
La puta madre.
It looks as though the wounds were inflicted from a precise angle. As if the murderer was standing behind Elizabeth.
Huh. Huh. Y ahora la cabezota. Vamos a ver.
I see no sign of bruising on the skull. The only clue is a scar from a previous craniectomy. Poor Elizabeth, she must have been very young when she went through all that. That's torture.
No, que está mejor
She also has old scars around the neck. Maybe mutilations.
Joder. Qué buena pinta, Examinar la boca.
What a strange smell.
No. Quiero poderes. Quiero algo. Oh.
The breath smells of alcohol and of laudanum. People use it to relieve pain.
Vale. Bueno, examinar la
Blood from the nose.
Vaya, tiene cosas blancas. Observar
Signs of bleeding, but I don't see any traces of bruising.
No tiene señales de hematomas. Ya lo tenemos todo. Hemos hecho un buen análisis general a la niña. A la loca del coño. A ver, no hay nada que saquear. Pues nos vamos de la habitación, chavales. Yo creo que sí. Esto ya lo tenemos. No he caído en la trampa de...
Has Sir finished with this room?
I know enough now. Thank you.
Esto no ha sido un
Very
ritual
well, sir.
satánico.
Sir may return whenever need be. I shall guard the door.
Ah, vale, puedo volver. Perfecto. Llave de media luna era. Mira, un poco visual. La habitación de la niña. Es la habitación de Washington. Hello there. Buena habitación acá te has gastado, ¿no, compañero? Como la mía. Hola, Nick. Sup. Hablamos con él o qué pasa. ¿Le podemos robar? Este hijo.
It looks like a note between Emily and Washington about trade
Pactos
deals.
comerciales con la zumbada.
My dear George, I'd like to invite you to join me as planned at my place. I have a project to show you. It is time that the United States played a more important role on the world stage. I understand your reluctance of playing with fire. I know your new country is very young, but rest assured that I would do nothing to jeopardize what we have built together. I look forward to seeing you soon. Your friend, William.
Vale. Vamos a hablar... Ay, que he cerrado una cosa sin querer. He cerrado una cosa sin querer. Y no quería cerrarla. Ay, Dios, ahora no lo veo. A ver, un momento, un momento. Vamos a ver.
Greetings, Louis.
Mr. President, you can guess why I'm here.
Of course.
Lord Mortimer has sent me to ask you a few questions about last night.
It's... How am I going to tell Elizabeth's father that she's dead?
I know, Mr. President. I shall endeavor to find out the truth about this tragedy. I must ask you to help me, though. Please.
Find the degenerate pig who did this, Louis.
Tell me, Mr. President, had you spoken to Elizabeth since your arrival? You know her father. You thought she was dead.
No, I didn't. And I believe I'll be taking my remorse with me to my grave. I wanted to, but I didn't know where to begin.
You can't blame yourself. You couldn't have known that her days were numbered. Are you all right, Mr. President? Are you feeling all right?
Oh, don't worry. It's this rotten toothache. What do you expect? I'm no spring chicken now.
Yeah.
Were you aware that Elizabeth took laudanum?
Yes. She came to ask me for some.
Y ni siquiera lo oculta.
She had finished her reserve, I believe.
Do you take it regularly, Mr. President?
Unfortunately, I do, Louis. I still suffer from a terrible toothache, and it's not likely to get any better.
It's just for that, then?
Old age, my young friend. I don't wish it upon you, but you'll soon see. At my age, it's rare to have no problems in that domain.
And do you take a lot?
A moderate amount, Louis. Only the dosage indicated on the prescription of my doctor.
Mr. President, we found a footprint at the scene of the crime.
Not a dress shoe, I hope. That's all I wear.
No, rest assured. It looks like the print of a big ankle boot. A large size, I'd say.
Perfect. That should help you, Louis. It's a clue.
Es que parece como muy obvio, ¿no? Que uno fue Perú, pero las manos de mujer, las de mamá pueden ser, porque la ropa no coincidía con la tía esta. Este tío que tiene por aquí. No tiene nada para saquear, en serio. No me decepciones. ¡Jo, jo, jo! ¡Joi, joi, joi! Vamos a ver. No, por aquí no hay nada. No sale nada más marcado. A ver, lo recuperamos. Vamos a ponernos ahí un poquito. Por si acaso nos salta algo. Tengamos algo de... algunos puntillos para poder gastar rápidamente. Aquí nada. Esta es la habitación de... ¿Aquí podemos entrar? No, aquí no podemos entrar. A ver. Este nos suena. Luis Richet. Aquí tampoco, ¿verdad? No. Emily. Vamos a hablar con Emily. Porque parece que es inocente, Emily. Así que puede ser una aliada en esta circunstancia tan especial. Está descartada como cómplice en el asesinato porque básicamente estaba fornicando con nosotros.
Dear E, I received your last letter. Unfortunately, the Crown informed the Golden Order that our mission should under no circumstances hamper Sir Gregory's plans. Decidedly, they have support from the highest level in Buckingham Palace. So here we both are, hands and feet tied, and little room to maneuver. Keep me abreast of events. Our mission is becoming more complicated. Yours, E. T.S.
Madre mía, está ahí con todos los tramones de la vida. Menuda espía. Dame libros, papu.
Grammar of Port-Royal. Ah, the artistry of the French language in all its splendor. Whoever masters French commands the world. At least une partie of it.
No se puede salir. Aquí la tenemos. Vamos a robar. Antes de nada. Oh.
A letter from William Pitt the Younger, addressed to Emily. He's the present Prime Minister of the United Kingdom.
Ni tan mal.
Emily has indeed some powerful backers. Madam, thank you for consoling the Queen. The King's situation is worsening, but I wager he'll recover from this present fit. Next time you speak with Her Majesty the Queen, would you please be so kind as to ask her to look into my petition to raise taxes with the King? I will personally see to it that our nation will...
Flipas, con esta. Ahí hay una moneda.
An old sesterce from Roman Gaul.
¿Y esto qué? Esto se está complicando demasiado. ¿Esta llave la tenemos? No, soy un pringao, no tengo las llaves de nada.
A letter from William Pitt the Elder, addressed to Emily. He was the English Prime Minister.
Joder.
This letter dates from 15 years ago now. Madam, I shall never thank you enough for all your care and attention. I shall be indebted to you until my last breath. If you have any request of me, you only need ask. With regards to my son William, I shall never thank you enough for looking after him. You know the latter's preferences, and you will understand he needs you desperately. For that...
Ni tan mal. ¿Cómo se mueve la tía? Buscar.
The Devil's Thorn, to be used to uncover the best disguised traits.
El buen abrojo. Esto ya lo hemos visto. Eso no lo hemos podido coger. A ver. Hola. Emily-chan.
What can I do for you, Louis?
I've come to see you about last night's tragedy. Did you hear anything about what happened to Elizabeth?
Yes, we all did. Rumors spread quickly, you know. How awful. I didn't know her well, but I hope at least the poor thing didn't suffer too much.
Death came quickly. You can be assured of that.
If such a senseless act can happen here, then none of us is truly safe anywhere. Lord Mortimer must be mortified that one of his guests could have committed such an act, don't you think?
He is indeed very upset about it. It's only natural after such a violent murder.
Violent? What do you mean?
Elizabeth was stabbed 9 times.
Oh my God, Louis. How awful. The murderer must have had a serious grudge against her to set upon her like that. It must have been a crime of passion. Do you know what happened exactly?
In fact, Lord Mortimer has asked me to look into this case, Emily.
Really? Are you Lord Mortimer's snoop now?
I'm doing it for Elizabeth, not to please Mortimer.
Good for you. Quite right, too. Have you found out anything?
Did you and Elizabeth get to know each other?
I must admit, Louis, I didn't take much interest in her. I feel a bit guilty about it, but I never actually spoke to her. She seemed burdened by her problems, and as she wasn't invited to the conference, I didn't really seek her out.
I found a torn piece of dress in Miss Adams' room. Gray silk.
Where's it from?
That's what I'm trying to find out. The color doesn't match any of Elizabeth's dresses, but I might not have found all of her clothes yet.
Good Lord, Louis, do you realize what this means? If this piece of dress isn't from Elizabeth, then it's... I don't have any grey silk dresses, Louis. Neither does my sister, since we wear the same clothes.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to check with you.
I'm so sorry, Louis.
Thank you.
Are you all right? You know, I'm sure there's a good reason why your mother was at the scene.
Thank you, Emily. We found the murder weapon.
What is it?
A dagger, quite slim.
Have you found its owner?
Not yet. Still searching as it happens. That said, since the blade penetrated the body several times, the murderer's hand will have been covered in blood.
You think that's a clue?
The handprint was a very slender hand, Emily. Probably that of a woman.
Do you realize what that means? There are only 3 of us on the island. Bearing in mind that neither my sister nor myself had any reason to set upon the young lady, that means...
I know, Emily. I know.
Keep up your courage, Louis. I'm sure there's an explanation. You're bound to shed some light on it all.
If what you say is true, Emily, I'm less and less enthusiastic about shedding any light on the subject. I won't keep you, Emily. Thank you for answering my questions.
See you, Louis.
Muy majilla ella. Ahora, ¿puedo llevarme esto? No, ¿verdad? Porque no he gastado nada. No. Nos vamos. Encontraremos la habitación de los capullos estos. Enseguida, del Perú y el otro. Esta es la de... Napoleón. ¡Prepárate! Pasa Napoleón. Muy fresco.
The Prince by Machiavelli. A perfect read for anyone with a surfeit of ambition. That might come in handy.
Oh, inmunidad descubierta de Napoleón. A ver. Vale. Desbloqueado un talento de robar libros.
honey. I couldn't have hoped for better.
Yes. Yes. Oh.
My dearest son, I'm writing to implore you to act quickly. The situation is rapidly worsening here. Paoli continues to steer our motherland, Corsica, toward open warfare between France and England. His men are everywhere. We are obliged to go into hiding and are unable to remain in the same place for more than 2 days. I wouldn't be surprised.
It's a beautiful weapon. A lovely damask blade. It's marked with the initials of the manufacturer in Versailles.
A ver, un momento. Erudición, ocultismo, engaño... Persuasión es de donde hemos desbloqueado esto. Mola. Mola. Bueno, vamos a buscar primero aquí y ahora vamos a hablar con Napoleón. No nos llevamos bien con él. Monedas para la colección, pues perfecto. A ver. No nos llevamos bien con Napoleón, pero ya. No nos podemos llevar bien con todo el mundo. ¿Esto qué es? Esto no lo sabía yo.
A fragment of amber.
Yeah. A tope. Creo que no hay nada más. Aquí tenemos... Vamos a mirar los madre mía, los calzoncillos.
There's just one holster in Bonaparte's gear, and the pistol is missing. On the other hand, his cleaning equipment is in mint condition.
Oh, vaya, la pistola del...
That's typical of the soldier in him.
Del escenario del crimen. Es lo que le falta.
My dear Napoleon, as previously agreed, I would like to ask you to join us in January on my island to
la carta
participate in the
de
high
Lord Mortimer
society
para
meeting
invitarlo.
organized for the occasion.
Bueno. Bien. Elixir dorado. Muy bien. A ver, tú. Vamos a buscar.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
Fito revitalizador. Oh, esto es bastante famoso.
Bicorn decorated with a cockade. It must belong to a French soldier.
Sí, ¿verdad? No hay ninguno en la sala. A ver. ¿Qué pasa, Napo?
Monsieur de Richet, please be quick. We are both very busy.
As any good soldier would, I imagine you own a firearm. May I see it?
Oh, well, if you really want to, here is my pistol. Don't worry, it is not loaded.
Do you have several of these?
In Corsica, oui, but not on me when I am traveling. Only a bandit would carry such an arsenal.
Thank you. Did you hear about young Elizabeth?
Indeed, it is deeply regrettable.
Lord Mortimer asked me to...
I know. You no doubt want to know my alibi. I spent the night downstairs playing cards.
¿Con quién?
Can you tell me who was present at the game, please?
Well, there were Lord Mortimer, President Washington, and Sir Gregory.
Thank you.
Ah, yeah. And His Eminence Piaget as well. Excuse me, I nearly forgot him. Poor soul.
Did any of you leave during the game?
Not that I know of, monsieur. I didn't exactly spend my time noting the other guests' comings and goings, but I don't think so.
Thank you.
¿La información puede ser precisa o no? Claro.
Did you notice anything unusual during the evening?
Nothing at all, except the luck of the devil of Lord Mortimer and Sir Gregory at cards.
Did they win much?
Oh la la, monsieur, they cleaned us out more like. But I plan on getting it all back before we leave.
What time did the game end?
I can't say exactly. As for me, I must have stayed until midnight. I was exhausted, couldn't think straight. So I preferred to go up to bed.
On your way up to bed, Did you notice anything out of the ordinary?
No, not in the least. The whole manor was sound asleep.
Not really. No.
Lo dice porque te estuvieras follando.
Someone saw you not far from the victim's room. Can you tell me what you were doing exactly, please?
I can tell you that someone is an idiot. I wanted to warn her to be careful. You see, on the night of my arrival, I saw someone leaving her room in haste, and I wanted to speak to her, to warn her. Unfortunately, the young lady slipped through my fingers each time. Now I know why. She had every reason to be worried. What an idiot I was not to insist. I could have helped her.
I've been studying him for a while now, and I don't think he was lying. Yet, I'm surprised how easy it was for me to read him. It must surely be his military side. I wish they all could be like that. My investigation would be finished already.
Well, have we finished, monsieur?
Exactly. Thanks again for all your answers. Good day.
No me despierta malas sensaciones este tío. No sé. Hay que ir. ¿De aquí era? No sé muy bien. Para allá. Este. No me miras mal. Bueno, en realidad es que nos llevamos un poco regular.
What do you want from me, Derishay?
Te meto.
Greetings. It's fallen to me
Cut the crap! Get to the point. We both know why you're here.
And have you got anything to tell me?
What does it matter? It's too late anyway. Do what you have to do and get out.
It's never too late, sir. If you have something to say, now is the time.
You don't understand. Everything's already written. It's over.
Why is he behaving like the perfect culprit?
What is it that's already written? I'm not sure I follow you.
No, you don't.
Me voy a tener que subir lo del engaño de los huevos, esto hasta las narices. De no poder abrir las cajas de la bella. Debes protegerte sin que no importa cuánto rencor debes hacia mí. Debes saber que hice un pacto con Deja que cree que me a cartita interesante. Por aquí.
Records of the police. Notes intended for the police lieutenant of Paris.
It's a list of people under surveillance in Paris, and there's some well-known names on it.
This is valuable information. This shouldn't be lying around.
Pues te lo quedas. Llave de los 4 círculos.
Dear friend, please come and join us. We must meet about the ongoing operations in Paris. A boat will be waiting for you in Calais and will take you to Dover in England. From there, a carriage...
Está claro lo que es. Por aquí... A ver... No... ¿Ver esto? Aquí hay una moneda.
A drachma. A pattern with 4 circles.
Oh Dios, me han dado la llave en la habitación de al lado. Cartitas de amor.
Dear Monsieur Peru, I'm writing to thank you for the funds you sent. These funds will be crucial for the renovation of the western wing of the orphanage. The children you sent are doing marvelously well, and little Pierre will soon be walking. Some of them still sometimes suffer nightmares about their parents on the scaffold, but I expect they will cease in due course. Should you decide to send us more, please note that another 20 beds will soon be ready. The children and myself will never thank you enough. Long live the Republic. Long live France.
All right. I've retrieved everything.
All right. Have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions. You were armed the night of my arrival. Can I see your weapon?
No.
You do realize you're not helping, don't you? You're making it worse for yourself. I know you were at the scene. We will save a lot of time if you just tell me what happened.
You know nothing at all.
Enlighten me then. For now, I have your footprint in a pool of blood.
That's right. The only thing you can prove is one of my boots was at the scene. Congratulations. You've wrapped up the investigation. All right. Have you finished?
No.
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions.
Te voy a matar.
I'd like to talk about the letter you're writing. What woman is it addressed to?
Who says it's a woman? I'm not saying any more. There's no point you insisting.
Este tío es muy idiota.
All right. Have you
Al
finished?
final va a ser inocente.
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions.
Si me estás vacilando.
2 days ago, I surprised you having a go at Miss Adams. What happened? Did you want to give her another beating? She wouldn't let you push her around again, huh?
Shut up, you little shit! You have no idea what happened, and here you are, carping away. You think you're Investigator of the Year. Have you taken a look at yourself, Derisha?
Didn't you get enough beating her black and blue the last time?
I did not!
Why?
Nothing. Get away from me.
Just as soon as you stop treating me like I'm an idiot. If you wanted people to think you were guilty, you couldn't have done any better. So cut the bullshit and come clean now.
I can't! He'll come for revenge.
Who?
No one! Just shut your trap, goddammit!
What?
Yes, I was there. Yes, I walked in her blood. You've got all you need to wrap it up. Now scram!
La llave semicircular ya la tengo. La llave semicircular ya la tengo. Mira el mapa. A ver. Era en el... Madre mía, las buenas colecciones. Aquí no he entrado yo.
The Sorrows of Young Werther. There's a handwritten text signed by von Werner on this first page. Dear Elizabeth, I know that this book is but a small token compared to the delightful moments
you gave me. But I hope that this will nonetheless keep the memory alive. Your ever-obedient servant. So, Volner had a relationship with Elizabeth. But that's hardly surprising given his fondness for the occult.
Los dibujos de la mesa son bastante...
Golden elixir.
A chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
Aquí sí que he estado. Pues qué mal he revisado esta habitación si he estado aquí, ¿no? Se me ha ido la pinza completamente.
What can I do for you, Deja?
Monsieur, Lord Mortimer has appointed me to investigate the tragedy that befell us last night.
Oh, yes. It's horrible. Yes. How can I help, Monsieur?
Excuse me for asking, but did you know Miss Adams?
Oh, she... not really, to tell the truth. No.
I found the Werther dedication, signed by your hand, Monsieur. Would you like to change your version now?
Be careful, Deja. Don't push your luck. My relationship with Miss Adams was pure, and has nothing to do with you. Well, continue playing the detective as you see fit. But if I find the bastard who did that to Elizabeth, I will...
Yes! I would have preferred a simple response, but I see I have my answer now.
Oh!
You loved her, didn't you?
That is none of your damn business.
Your feelings betray you, sir.
So what? Yes. I loved her, like a moth loves the flame of a candle. That's why we could never be together.
Exactly how long had you been seeing her?
I have no reason to answer you.
I see. Is that what you want me to tell Lord Mortimer when he asks what I found out?
It's only been a few weeks.
I get the impression that your romance was over. Am I right?
So? What does it matter to you? I would never have attacked her, if that's what you're insinuating.
Who put an end to the relationship? You or her?
It was her. It was her. But what does that matter? We both agreed.
Please, tell me a little more about the nature of your relationship.
Oh, that is a personal matter, monsieur.
Yes, that is true. So, tell me.
All right. It was passion. That's why we couldn't stay together. It scared her.
All right. Nos ha respondido a todo. A ver, ¿dónde estuvo?
Where were you last night?
In my room. I read a few ancient manuscripts before going to bed. But I didn't stay up long. I was tired.
Thank you kindly.
Lo siento mucho, pero no vais a poder leer nada de lo que pongáis. A ver. Al final no estoy leyendo los diálogos.
We finished. I'll have a look around and then
Pues no tengo claro.
Do whatever you have to do.
Pues no tengo claro quién es. Estaba pensando yo que sería Perú, pero no tiene pinta. Pero no tiene pinta porque parece que quiere que no sé, quiere ser el culpable, parece. Y cuando alguien quiere ser culpable es que no lo es. Básicamente está siendo obligado. A ver. Esta capital. ¿Esta es la habitación de quién? A ver, vamos a ver. Habitación de Adams, la de Washington. Vamos a volver a entrar. Podemos abrir el cofre. El cofre ahora. ¿Dónde está el cofre? ¿Dónde estaba el maldito cofre? ¿Era en esta habitación? Bueno, vamos a mirar bien. No era en esta. No era en esta lo del cofre. A ver, vamos a seguir. Pues no lo tengo claro. No tengo nada claro quién se ha cargado a la pobre chavala esta. Vamos a ver. Washington. ¿Era Washington que tenía el cofre este? Este no era. A ver. ¿Este? No, esto no es. Cofre. Necesito el cofre. No. No. ¿Dónde está el cofre? Ah, no es. Fuck. Vale. Ok. Por aquí. Eran las primeras habitaciones. Pues vamos a por este entonces. Ah, es luz. Ok, va, a ver. La cámara se mueve muy rápido, perdón, pero es que no. Hay veces que se vuelve loca. ¿Para qué no podemos ir? No. A ver. Vamos a ver, ¿no? ¿Qué pasa? Vamos a por Perú. Pero no sé cómo exactamente continuar. Esta habitación no podemos entrar. Perú. Hola, Olita. Esta es la de Bonaparte, ser imbécil. ¿Era aquí entonces? A ver.
French actor Talma is Nero in Britannicus, the last emperor of the Caesar dynasty.
Pues ahora no lo encuentro. Tendrá retrasito o algo. Estoy cansado y me lo estoy notando un montón. Estoy hecho una mierda. Yo voy a tardar más de lo normal en hacer esta tontería. A ver. What? No puedo hablar con Perú ahora. Vale, entonces tengo que... ¿No puedo cambiar de piso? ¿O qué pasa? Voy a subir arriba. Voy a subir arriba. De iluminación. Este no me daba muchas opciones y ni siquiera nos dejaba entrar dentro de la habitación del tío este. Vamos a verlo en él. ¿Tendrá algo este para robar? Sí.
A Chinese coin.
Leviatán.
The nightmare painted by Fuseli in 1781.
Oh. Vaya, no puedo pillarla. Y aquí... Ok, vale, pues nada, vamos a hablar ya con él. Hombre, tenemos cosas, nos han dicho movidas, pero... No sé.
I've come to speak about the findings of the investigation, my lord.
I'm listening, Louis.
I'm sorry, my lord, but I don't have any evidence conclusive enough to allow me to name the culprit with certitude.
Really? I see. Well, that's your decision, Louis, and I accept it. Given the distinguished guests and the sensitive political issues involved at the conference, I trust you'll leave me to conclude the case in my own way. Right. It's time we spoke about your mother, Louis.
Ay, mierda.
She isn't missing, you know.
What? What do you mean?
Oh.
My mother has left traces in every nook and cranny of your island, my lord. She's definitely here. Now, what worries me most is why she doesn't show herself.
That doesn't make me feel any better, Louis.
What was the official reason why my mother came to your island?
I knew about your mother's activities, and yours, in the Golden Order. I thought we had everything to gain by working together.
You mean the cannon deal with Monsieur Bonaparte?
Among others, yes. How did you hear about that?
Monsieur Bonaparte came to speak to me about it yesterday, during lunch.
I see. So impetuous.
Joven.
He was supposed to let me speak to you about it first. Our friend Napoleon desperately needed financial backing to properly equip his army. I took it upon myself to back him because I have a firm conviction that he can go far. Yet he told me that you had spoken and that you hadn't been able to reach an understanding.
That's putting it mildly. Monsieur Bonaparte is one of those guys who only understands people who think like he does.
Ah, I see what you mean. He is indeed rather inflexible when it comes to certain subjects. But I am still of the opinion that you can manage to get along.
We shall see. However, there's one thing that surprises me. Did my mother intend to finance a war? I'm not sure that I follow.
No, your mother's aim was not so much to partake in a war, but rather to make Monsieur Bonaparte accountable. France is in turmoil, and having support of a military man can often come in handy, Louis. You'll see. Once this deal was closed, I had big plans for Sarah.
Such as what?
You see, I've invited several influential figures on my island to present them with a project at the conference. It will be presented later today. I thought that the Golden Order had a role to play. And I still think so. I was hoping Sarah would be able to join us.
I see.
Indeed, if by chance your mother decided not to return to us before the conference, would you do me the great honor of attending? If only to follow the deliberations while waiting for her to duly take her seat.
Why not? We shall see.
Ah, thank you so much. In this way, you'll be able to keep your mother informed of what is said. There's something else I'd like to briefly go over. Earlier, you asked me the official reason for your mother's presence here. Is there an off-the-record reason why your mother came here?
If only my mother trusted me, but she remained very mysterious. I'd have been delighted to answer your question.
Is this usual for her?
As head of the Order, secrets are her bread and butter, as you can imagine. That said, it's the first time she hasn't let me in on the reason for her trip. And it intrigues me, to tell you the truth.
Well, I'm sure that Sarah will explain everything once she reappears. There's something I still don't get. In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
La última opción, ni de coña.
Her not coming back to the manor after so long makes me wonder if she is wary of someone.
Well, certainly. But whom? The only ones who were present during her stay were Sir Gregory, Duchess Hillsborough, Mr. von Wollner, and myself.
Adams también estuvo aquí.
You forget Elizabeth Adams, my lord.
That's true. But Gregory and I arranged it so that they wouldn't run into each other. I thought it had worked. Do you think that your mother felt she was in danger because of Elizabeth?
It's possible.
The only thing I can tell you is that Sarah had indeed changed. At the beginning of her stay here, we enjoyed spending time together, solving the world's problems.
You seem to know my mother very well, my lord. What did you talk about together?
Oh, as soon as we had a little free time, we liked to share points of view about practically any subject. We would find ourselves embarked on interminable discussions that could go from Monsieur Blanchard's flight in a hot air balloon to the Treaty of Jassy, or the adoption of the metric system in France last year, or even Mr. Eli Whitney's invention in the United States.
No tengo ninguna opción de política.
My mother must have undoubtedly taken great pleasure in these exchanges. She always was one to appreciate broadening her knowledge. I'm surprised she didn't get you started on the Crusades. It was her favorite subject.
Are you joking? Sarah and I spent entire days together reliving them. It so happens that the Crusades are also my subject of predilection, especially the Third. My ancestor distinguished himself brilliantly during the siege of Saint-Jean-d'Acre.
Mierda. Quiero poderes.
Unfortunately, my lord, the Crusades are not my chosen field.
Well, it doesn't matter. You have plenty of time to learn. Your mother is a very well-read woman. You're quite lucky to have her as a model, Louis.
Yes, I know. But I'm still very worried.
I must admit, there are worse things to worry about now, Louis.
What do you mean?
Since she disappeared, your mother has been seen once.
What?
Her behavior on the evening of your arrival greatly surprised Gregory and myself. She resurfaced to attack Emma, Emily Hillsborough's twin sister. And she shot her with a pistol. Then, before Gregory could intervene, She ran off and disappeared again.
I beg your pardon? Hang on.
That means my vision on the wharf, it was actually happening inside the manor. Mother shot Emily's sister? The very person she came looking for? Why would she do that?
Excuse me, but between that and the childhood of Lady Adams, it's all a bit much for me to cope with. I need to piece it all together again to see things more clearly. You said that you spent a lot of time talking together at the beginning. What happened for that to change?
I'm afraid I haven't much to tell you. The more the days went by, the more she withdrew into herself. She never gave me an explanation, until the day came when she purely and simply disappeared.
Where did she go when she wanted to be alone?
She would shut herself away in a room we use as a box room upstairs.
Would you allow me to go there?
Naturally, Louis, of course. I'll send you a servant to open it.
Thank you.
That's all I can tell you about the disappearance of your mother, Louis. I would like to have been more helpful.
I shall stay on her trail and follow up.
Thank you. We will meet later on to welcome our last guest. In the meantime, I shall get someone to open the box room upstairs for you.
Thank you.
The room is just opposite Mortimer's study.
Mala pinta tiene esto. Por cierto, voy a mirar cuánto llevamos de directo, ¿vale? Llevamos una hora de tal. Creo que voy a ir cortando por aquí. No. Creo que voy a ir cortando por aquí. Vamos a dejar lo de la habitación esta de mamá donde se escondía para el siguiente directo de este magnífico videojuego. Y nada, muchas gracias a todos los que se han pasado por Twitch, que me han hecho una raid. Y eso, nos vemos muy pronto, chavales. Hasta luego. Se suscribirá a YouTube como siempre, así que haya llegado tarde, pues bueno, no pasa nada. Se puede ver por allí. Vale, adiós.